Hey, beautiful.
Hi. I don't know what was going on with the link in the group. It looks like there's a digit missing because the hyperlink's gone like normal. Do you get what I mean? I don't know what happened. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Hey, good. Hi, ladies.
Hiya.
Just had myself a triotic. They've just come in the post today. I'm hoping this is going to kick this head cold.
I've got some of them in the cupboard, actually. Oh.
I need to get some more products. I don't know what to go for.
Oh, what are you thinking? What did you get last time?
I got the tea. The daily one.
Oh God, you've got the sun, girl. You looking fresh to death.
Literally.
Beautiful.
I'm a little bit red how much my boobies are out. I got the weekly tea and then the daily one, but not the one with caffeine in. So I don't know whether to try that. It's just because I'm trying to cut out caffeine and just have like one coffee a day.
Go for the super mix then.
I think that's the one I've got.
The super mix.
I think that's the one I've got. The daily one.
Yeah, that must be super mix if you didn't go for the XM Plus.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to get them. I'll look into it.
Have a little look. If you want any, if you need any advice, obviously reach out to us. I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, I might call you.
Yeah, I religiously use the XM Plus. I can't go a day without the XM Plus. I swear to
Me
God,
too.
I'm like Popeye with spinach on them. I'm like, I'm not me without an XM Plus.
Are they the same, but just one's got caffeine? Or are they not?
It's the same as the super mix, but it's got caffeine, so it's pure. It's okay, you've got caffeine, but it's pure green tea, so it's not like caffeine. What most people don't realise is tea actually has more caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've started drinking decaf tea as well now, like of an evening, to try and get myself sleepy.
Oh, I tell you what's good as well, chamomile.
Hey, oh my God.
Hi, Annalise.
I was just going to say that.
Also, Chloe, it might be beneficial if you thought about the CBD patches.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'm going to say beautiful, brilliant. I've all the words to describe them. Honestly, I swear by them. I've used them every single day, near enough, for about a year and a half now, and they've transformed my life. Like, I would definitely recommend giving them a go if that was something. If it was like sleep and stuff that you wanted to improve on, then definitely try the CBD patches.
Maybe I'll get them and then the daily tea again or something. Exciting.
Oh, hey ladies, we've got a full house today. I'm sending you all so much love. Honestly, I've been so excited because obviously the beautiful Claire helped me out massively last week and hosted the Wake Up Wednesdays. I know she'll probably be jumping on with us in a little while, but thank you so much for being here. We always love to start the Wake Up Wednesdays with gratitude because usually this is the hump day, but hopefully we can change that for you. So thank you, beautiful ladies, for being here with us. Many of you know me on the call. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charlie Gregg. I am 27 years young and I'm based in Essex in the UK. And I am one of the PutUFirst leaders. And I'm just so blessed and humbled to be on this journey with all of you. Like we always say that as much as PutUFirst has helped like all of you, it helps us as much as it does you. So we're just so blessed and grateful to be on this. And we've got the challenge coming up on Sunday. And I mean, oh my God, we've got some really, really good topics that my beautiful co-host, Natalie Maynard, is going to be assisting me with today. And it's really all about getting out of your own way and getting out of what we like to now call it the hell zone. And there's a hell no, are we calling it the comfort zone anymore? Because that word needs to be absolutely abolished because it's definitely not the comfort zone. I'm going to put it over to my beautiful co-host, Natalie Maynard, our beautiful moon goddess.
Hello, ladies. Yes, as Charlie said, thank you so much for being here. I love you all very much. And Charlie, it is good to have you back, my girl. So happy to see your beautiful face. But yeah, this is really all about thinking. A lot of introspection as well, I think, happens when we're talking about these topics, Charlie, because it is really about doing the work, putting the work in, and moving forward. So I'm really excited because obviously the challenge does start this Sunday. This is going to be my 4th challenge. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we will touch on this a little bit more for you. But I'm really excited. I feel like the last challenge was a little bit difficult for me because I felt like it was a real deep dive. But I was ready for it, and I'm glad that I just sort of weathered that storm. I feel like my energies are just starting to pick up again, but I feel like a really different person with a lot clearer energy. So I'm excited to just take this challenge on headstrong, which is all about Aries, of course, with the Ram energy. So oh my God, Prince in the background just run across your sofa. That is amazing. I love him. But yeah, I'm so distracted. Oh, look at him.
He's not allowed on there. He's been banned for a month because he keeps being on it. I'm not happy.
Clearly not listening. Not listening at all. But no, I'll pass it back to you, Charlie, because I'm too distracted by him.
Oh, no, honestly, I feel like we've all been very distracted, obviously. For us, this is the new year, really. This is the rebirth. This is the time of new beginnings. Aries is the start of the astrology sign, and Aries is actually my moon sign as well. So I feel like I'm going through an internal regrowth myself at the moment, and a lot of purging, especially with the head cold. I'm telling myself my third eye is definitely upgrading right now. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like at the moment, like I don't know about you, but everyone that I seem to have spoken to this past week has just been going through it. Like, has literally been facing challenge after challenge after challenge within their environment and within their internal world right now. So I think it's so important for us to really look at the meaning that we give to the things in our lives and the excuses that we give to things that are actually keeping us where we are by the stories that we hold on to ultimately keep ourselves safe, but which are actually keeping us very stuck. Now, we did touch on the Put You First challenge, and yes, we are 2 of the co-founders of the Put You First community, and we're so blessed and grateful because we are a global women's empowerment community of women all over the world. And I love to share a little movie because our incredible mentor Heidi Allen, our Earth Angel, was a TV presenter for 10 years, and she's absolutely great at creating movies. So here is the Put You First community and a little bit more about us.
I put me first to put you first.
I put me first to put you first. So yes, I'm still putting me first to put you first. So I'm learning that I have to put me first to put you first. There's nothing better than seeing all these beautiful faces jumping on. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
We call ourselves Put You First. That is what our community is. That is what our movement is.
Seeing everyone's growth and witnessing their own aha moments. It's like magic happening right in front of your eyes, and that's very special.
You are here today because this community is meant for you. And all you have to do is just say yes.
I'm just actually flabbergasted of how many women are on here.
And when you have that group support and you are not by yourself, things start changing in your life.
That's what we're creating with this community. We're creating a support system, physically, mentally, financially, to be able to live in a vibration of abundance and embrace our most authentic self and share our happiness together.
It's something incredible, and our health is so important, especially at a time like this.
And I'm learning more about myself every day, and learning more about all the women in the community as well, because it is just safe space.
Yes, because this is what it is, ladies. It is a gift that we have got to give to women all over the world, because without this gift I wouldn't be the lady that I am speaking on this call today.
But it's now my time to think about me, and oh God,
Put You First has now not just become this incredible community, but we even have what's called a 7-day challenge that we do together.
Put You First 7-day challenge. Holy Moses.
This challenge made me aware of why I was doing that or why I needed to do it more. And it also forces you into small, daily, simple habits that can just start you back on the right track.
So there's so many things in this challenge that you ladies gonna learn that it's amazing because it's make you be the woman that you always wanted to be.
Joined a lot of self-care challenges and groups and stuff, and they're a lot of fluff. This is not fluff. This is fluff free.
Mentorship that I've received, knowing now about the excuses that I use, the way that I self-sabotage myself, the perception that I had on my own reality and the experiences that I was going through, now knowing that has helped me become the person that I am today. And it's all because I said yes.
There are amazing women that I've met that I laughed with, cried with. Anytime we're on the call, we're just like, I actually want to even cry because it's done so much for me.
Maybe you are someone that's not putting yourself first. You are someone that needs to surround yourself with more women like this.
I said yes. I said yes to this opportunity because I believe it has the power to change lives.
Because all you have to do, everyone, is just say yes.
Oh, honestly, it always gets me emotional. Hey, ladies, that is us. That is the beautiful women of our community, which we call Put You First. Now, we were not women who naturally put ourselves first. Myself, my story is like many women out there. I grew up with a mum. My mum had me at 19 years old, and she had very, very low self-worth. And I basically inhabited those the low self-worth behaviours. I pretty much brought myself up from a very, very young age. And there was a lot of drug abuse, there was a lot of sexual abuse in my childhood, and I was a victim for a very, very long time. And at the age of 12, I actually tried to take my own life. So it was something that was a very, very dark time for a long while, but I didn't know any different. And growing up as an adult, I feel like I actually have been through 3 spiritual awakenings, I would say. Probably one when I was 12, one when I was 19, and one when I was 26. And as I said, I'm 27 years young, and I'm getting younger as I'm getting older. And I'm just blessed because, to be honest with you, yes, as much as I might look back at my past and things that I've been through and the traumas that I've experienced, that's made me the woman that I am today. And what don't break you makes you stronger. And I truly actually understand now that everything that I've actually been through has given me a power, has given me a strength, and has given me a resilience to be able to help so many women. But for such a long time, I got in my own way by believing that I was the only person that I had. So growing up with a mum who really was absent, but there at the same time, I really didn't trust anyone. I really believed in my head at the time, I thought to myself, my own mum doesn't love me, so who would ever love me? And I know many of us feel like that. Many of us have experienced that in relationships, with friendships, with family, with partners, platonic or not. And it does affect us, especially as we get older and we go into the world and we start going to work, and then we build these stories around our life and associate this identity with what's happened to us. And we paint this picture of how we should be treated based on how we've been treated. And we expect people to treat us that way. And ultimately, we put up this wall that we think is actually keeping us safe, but it's actually doing the complete opposite. What it's doing is it's reaffirming these negative core beliefs of yourself. So you're proving yourself that you're right, but you're proving yourself based on an old, outdated reality that you don't want to experience anymore. And I'm speaking to you here today, telling you that I was that person. I was a very negative person. I didn't trust anyone. And I believe that you're born into this world alone, you die alone. And I really, especially with women, I used to say to people, oh, you can trust guys as long as you don't sleep with them. You can trust a guy, but girls, you can't trust women. And now, by letting go of these absolute barbaric limitations that I had, I've actually now founded a global women's empowerment community with so many beautiful women that are just continuing to get out of their way day in, day out, and helping so many people. And I mean, I'm so blessed that I actually gave myself the power to let go of the identity that I associated with for so long, because we can do it. And being authentic doesn't mean being the same. Like, we need to learn that the comfort zone really truly is the hell zone. And that's what my mentor told me. And that's something that I will continue to share with so many women. And I just think it's so beautiful, because what we've created is something that we've never experienced before. Like, we've never experienced this. PutUFirst really was born out of a collective group of women coming together and brainstorming what we needed. And we provided it for each other, but we went on this journey independently, but together with each other. And I just think that's just something that's just so magnificent. And as we continue to grow, this community grows, and everyone that joins PutUFirst is as much a part of your journey as it is of ours. So I want to put it over to my co-host and our beautiful moon goddess, Natalie Maynard.
Oh, Charlie, I love you. And I'm just so proud of you. Like, I've known Charlie since Charlie was about 12, I think. I was about 13 or 14. And we were so young, and we was there for each other in the only way that we knew how at the time. We knew that we was both experiencing, or we had experienced trauma that we was trying to escape from. And so we just used to be the young naughty tearaways that couldn't be controlled. And as you do when you get older, we sort of separated, and I'm so grateful and blessed that we came back into each other's lives, because honestly, the things that you have taught me and the journey that we have gone on together, as well as individually, is just beautiful. And I'm so excited to see where this journey takes us and how far we can go. But also thank you to you ladies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with us. You are, like Charlie said, just as much part of our journey as we are. So we're just grateful that you're here. And just going on from what you said, Charlie, about us going through life and creating stories because of experiences that we have gone through in the past. I'm actually reading a book that you suggested to me again, called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And he touches on an aspect in this book where he says that you go outside and you're in a field and it's just beautiful, bright light. And this bright light burns you. So what you do is you build yourself a house. And the house has got windows, and yet the sun comes through and you're so scared of getting burnt again that you cement those windows up and you decide that you're going to live with artificial light. And instead you spend so much time saving your candles and trying to build this artificial light inside, because you're so scared of getting burnt, when the likelihood of you actually getting burnt again is very unlikely, that you end up shutting yourself in. And what you said, Charlie, about really keeping ourselves stuck, it's keeping our energy blocked, because what happens is we cling to an experience. And what I want to say first off is the experiences that you have been through are completely valid, and we are not trying to take away from anything that anyone has ever been through in their life. No one knows your story like you do, and that is everything that you feel around that is completely okay. But what isn't okay is to hold on to them and to stop you from experiencing situations in the future, because you are so scared of that light burning you once again, when in reality it could just keep you really warm and it could make you glow, you know. And it's really, really scary for us. I mean, I know for us, Charlie, we've been through very similar backgrounds. Our childhoods are quite similar. So to then go through adult life, I feel like my spiritual awakening only really started at the beginning of 2019. I say that. I feel like my spiritual awakening started like the beginning of this year. I feel like this year I've hit more levels. I've released a lot more. I feel like I've unblocked a lot more blockages, because I'm so open to releasing and to receiving new energy and new light. And that wouldn't be possible without Put You First. If I said in the beginning, in that video that our incredible mentor Heidi made, that I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if I didn't learn about the excuses that I used. And really today, we want to touch upon the fact that, ladies, it's time to let go of your excuses. Like, it is so last year, like, there's no time for excuses. We're coming out of lockdown. Like, if anyone asks me to go out, I ain't saying no. I'm out. Like, honestly, there's no excuses, ladies. And it is, like Charlie said, the beginning of a new astrological year. And Aries really represents fire, strength, passion, and especially new beginnings. And there's no time for fear during this phase. It's all about confidence. It's all about taking leadership. And it's, like I said, the sign of the ram. It's about moving through everything, very headstrong. Like, you're in the lead. Take leadership, take ownership for your own life. And excuses, I feel like, for me, was something that I didn't even know that I used, especially self-handicapping excuses. So it'd be like, that was a big aha moment for me, Charlie. And I know that you experienced that as well during the challenge. And it was really talking about the excuses that we put on ourselves. For example, if you've got a job interview and you decide to go out the night before, and you know that you shouldn't go out the night before, but you do anyway, and you have a few drinks, and the next day you say to yourself, oh, I've got a really bad headache. So if this meeting, this doesn't go well, this interview, it's because I went out and I had a drink and I've got a really bad migraine. And you self-handicap yourself, and realistically, all you're doing is giving yourself permission to fail. You're giving yourself an excuse to fail, to not show up, to not do what needs to be done. And there's no time for that, ladies. That phase is over, and we are stepping into our power, because our power lies when we realise that we are the creators of our own reality. And yes, of course, there are going to be times in our lives that things are out of our control, but yet our power still lies in the way that we react to that. And it's all about just moving forward and learning, growing as a collective and individually, because at the end of the day, we are all individual people. But I'm just excited that I get to do this with you. So, Charlie, I'm going to pass it back, my girl.
Hey, like, I love that you just touched on that, because the word procrastination really actually stems to mind for me. And something that I really realised is that we make these excuses that, oh, I'm lacking motivation, and we give ourselves, we affirm these things like, I'm tired, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, and we affirm these things. And procrastination is the ultimate form of self-hatred, because you're giving yourself the excuse to make yourself feel better for actually not prioritizing your own spiritual growth. Now, we all know that if you had a house that you wanted to, it was your dream house that you wanted to live in, and you needed to find the money for it, or something that you really, 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 really wanted, and you believe in the law of attraction, and you wanted to go out there and get something, we know as women that if you want something, you will move heaven on earth to get it. However, we give ourselves these excuses with things on a daily basis, which look like small things, but they're actually the big things that transform our life. Now, I think for me, the biggest thing that has changed my life has been integrating small habits, because the trauma that I experienced, I experienced something at a young age where I was 4 years old and I didn't know much different. And then I actually became psychologically aware of it at the age of 25. Now, this is something that I was living with subconsciously, and I was experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder for pretty much 21 years of my life, and I lived with it. So it became my character, like it became a lifestyle for me. So it wasn't something that I could just all of a sudden become this positive person with one day by saying a mantra over and over again, but it was about making small daily changes. And I mean, I've been on this journey now, especially with gratitude and letting go of my excuses, since I was about 19. So that's now a 8-year paradigm, as we like to call it, or a program or a new characteristic that I have sat down with myself and I've made and prioritized this time to actually make sure that I do spend time focusing on what I'm grateful for, because for so long my brain was trained to focus on the negatives. Now, there's something that I wanted to touch on. Many of us are aware of what empaths are. Now, empaths are usually formed in very toxic environments because they become attuned to energy frequency, and what they do to keep them safe when they've grown up in a toxic environment is they focus and they attune on negative energy to be able to keep themselves safe from it. Now, what we don't realize is consciously, sometimes we don't realize, is that we're choosing to focus on that. Now, I'm not telling you to ignore negative things because that's just ignorance is bliss, but it's about actually focusing on the positive, because when you do focus on good things, they will appreciate, and over time they will become the main focus point in your life. Now, challenges will always come around. Life happens, and it doesn't happen just my way. It doesn't happen just Natalie's way. It doesn't just happen your way, because otherwise where would we all fit in? And that's the beauty of this journey. But for me, I think the biggest transformation has been actually prioritizing time for putting myself first. Because even if I set the girls a task this week in the Goddess Circle. So we've got a little chat called the Goddess Circle, and I set all the girls a task this week to make 15 minutes a day for do nothing time. And when I mean do nothing, I mean no phone, no laptop, no music, no book, no nothing. Just sit with yourself, go outside, breathe in nature, and just spend time with yourself and reconnect. Because a lot of shifts are happening within our world today, and our energies are completely merging from a masculine into a feminine resonance. Now, the feminine doesn't go after things, as we like to say. The sperm doesn't go to the egg. And that's how energy works with the feminine energy. So it's about you setting the intention, surrendering and trusting in this now moment, and allowing that to come to you. And I've really been sitting with this past week, because everything with the new moon in Libra was speaking about how our masculine is literally fighting against the feminine right now. And we may have been experiencing aches and pains within our body, especially headaches and colds and flus. But this is because your masculine is literally fighting to stay in control and not allow the feminine to surrender. And I think for me, that has been something that I've always struggled with. Like, I've always been very protective in my masculine. I've always been like, yep, strong, I look after me, I get shit done. But now leaning into this trust and surrender, I think with the Put You First community, like, if you learn how to put yourself first, if you spend 15 minutes a day just giving yourself your energy before you give it to others, it actually opens up so much space for you to be able to hold for others. And that is the power of our femininity. Our femininity might be soft, but it's so strong, and our vulnerability is so powerful. And for us to be able to feel our emotions and let them go and let them flow, that is where our true power lies. And I think with Put You First, what we've created, especially with the challenge, like, it's not rocket science what we do. Many of the things you already know, but we provide a safe space and the accountability and a support system for you to be able to go through this and actually know that you're not alone. And there are many people that will not share their stories because they don't have the confidence to share their stories. And then there are some people that would join us on these webinars and they will not even have their camera on. And I mean, by the end of the week, they are speaking up and they are sharing. I mean, Chloe, your transformation, Nicola, your transformation, like, ladies, I know we can inspire you on these Wake Up Wednesdays, but believe me when I tell you, for us to see your light shine from the inside out, that proves to us that what we're doing is truly making a difference. And that is why we will continue to show up every single day in any way that we can for us to be there for you. And I think that's what Put You First has gifted us. It's gifted us a safe space and a community of women for us to learn who we truly are. And we've learned how to accept ourselves as we are, the dark and the light. And that's why we really share these vulnerable and these really deep stories, because that's how we form bonds as a collective. And I think it's just so powerful, especially at this time of rebirth. Especially, oh, Annalise, thank you so much for joining us. Lovely. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Oh my God, she's such a beautiful goddess. I love her so much. But yeah, just, I feel like it's such a great time for us to really reevaluate where we've been, but also where we want to go. And this April challenge, I've got a really good feeling about this. Like the last challenge hit me like a sack of bricks, and I completely knew that it was going to happen. It was Pisces season. It was the end of the astrology new year, and it was just massively about clearing. But now this is, as Natalie said, this is about stepping into your confidence. This is no more about fear and doubting yourself. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And if you stick around with us for long enough, you're truly going to believe this. And when we tell you the Put You First, yes, the community, the challenge, it's a 7-day challenge, but we do it for a complete month. But you will have access to us on the Put You First community for life. And that's something that we really pride ourselves with. We're not just here for this month. We're not just here for the challenge. We're here to build a community of like-minded women so we can actually really, truly help women learn how to put themselves first and foremost and transform our life. And if we can do that for one person each, if every woman in the world helped one woman, every woman in the world will be changed. And I think that's definitely one of our mission statements. But I wanted to lead it over to our moon goddess, because you're going to share some information on the new moon coming up in Aries. I'm so excited for this. I mean, I'm really grateful because my mum's an Aries and I always had a very challenging relationship with her. So I'm looking forward to reforming a positive one with the inner Aries in myself this month.
Yes, I mean, Aries for me was the sign of my ex-boyfriend. So I feel like whenever Aries season comes around, I've always had that story that I've told myself for so long about Aries, and I've really done a hell of a lot of releasing over the last couple of months. It, like Charlie said, the end of the astrology new year was Pisces. It was very flowy. It was all about letting your emotions go, and I did a hell of a lot of releasing, which is why I feel so fired up and ready to go. But yeah, this is all really about, Aries can also mean love and relationships and collaborations. So that's something that you should all be aware of. You know, what is it? How is it that you want to move forward in different areas of your life? And the new moon is going to be in Aries, which is going to be on the 11th of April. And that is something that, obviously, I'm a huge moon fan. I am referred to as the moon goddess. I love taking part in new moon and full moon rituals, but new moons especially are about new beginnings, but so is Aries, which is why this energy combined is so incredibly important. It's really exciting for you to set any new intentions that you want for things to come into your life. And it's really about planning how you want the rest of your year to go. I mean, I can't do influence. He's literally sipping across the back of the sofa. Oh, I love him. You're stealing the show. You're stealing the show.
And he's like, I'm the prince that put you first.
Oh, I love him. But yeah, ultimately, it really just is about focusing on what you want your life to be like. What do you want that's new in your life? I mean, I'm gutted that we've got another Put You First leader. Who shared some really exciting news with me today. I'm not going to share it because she's not on the call, but she set some really big goals when she started the challenge in February, and she has just reached her goal. She's reached her target, and I am buzzing. I'm not going to share anymore because she's not here and it is her news to share. But like Charlie said, when we see your light shine and we see your growth because you have put yourself first and made that decision to just make yourself a better person in the hope that it helps others in the process, that's a beautiful thing, and we are so here for it. So if your new beginning is just about focusing on yourself, then hold that intention strong. Make sure that you really are putting yourself first. The next month, the next couple of months, the next year, for the rest of your life, ladies, because like Charlie said, it really is about implementing them small daily habits. And for example, during a new moon ceremony, for me, that is about setting intentions for new beginnings. And I might only take part in that once a month. On my full moon, that's all about releasing and then sort of thinking about how I want my future to go. But with the Put You First community, the Put You First challenge, it's a lot deeper than that. It really touches on the things that you should do on a daily basis that really don't take up a hell of a lot of time. That's another excuse that we use, ladies. Oh, I just don't have time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you can scroll while you're on the toilet looking on Instagram or something, you have got time to sit there for 5 minutes and say what you're grateful for in the morning, or just to give yourself permission to do something. So that's another excuse that you need to let go of. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So make sure we utilize them correctly. But yes, moving back to the energy, I get so distracted. The energy that we can expect, like I said, is Aries is very, very headstrong. So I would really love to pull a card for the collective while everyone is here together. I am going to use the moon cards because I feel like these will be the best ones to give the guidance that we want at this time, moving into the new astrological year and the new moon cycle calendar. So yeah, Charlie, do you want to tell me when to stop? I feel like we should do this as a collaboration today.
Well, let's see if one jumps out. If not,
okay, that one slipped.
As soon as I said it, it came out.
Okay, so it's the full moon in Cancer. So obviously we know that Cancer is all about emotions. Go on, Charlie.
My rising sign is a Cancer, and so I'm a Leo sun, moon Aries, and my rising is Cancer. So the fact that you've just brought me in on that, I mean, like, one thing that keeps coming to my head as well is this one saying that someone told me 2 years ago, and honestly, ladies, it has transformed my life, and it is: face the fear and fear will leave you alone. And I just want you to really even meditate on that, because fear is an illusion. It's a mental construct that we create around situations. It's not real. Like, most suffering happens in the mind. Pain is a physical element that we feel in our body, but suffering happens in our mind, and the best thing that we can do is just face those fears, and I feel like we're doing it, and I will be there for you every step of the way if you need me to help you face a fear.
Honestly, this has blown my mind. I was just reading it while you said that. So first off, before I came on this call, I was just looking a little bit more into the Aries energy, and it was saying because Aries is quite headstrong, there are bound to be some fiery moments. There might be times where situations come to a head, but we just need to remember that that is so necessary for us to clear, release, let go, and move into what is necessary for our new beginnings. And so it says the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Things are likely to get very heated as the full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. There could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding whatever question it is you ask. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. What have we just been talking about? It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about, but it signals that a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. There's someone on the call. That's for you. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So we always attune to the moon when we read these cards. So you can just hold your hands on your chest as I read this and just take them words in. Attune to the moon. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Typical Cancer energy is the crab, of course, but there's additional meanings towards this card as well. It means meditate to soothe any heightened emotions. Don't be clingy, let go. We've just been talking about releasing. Stop sulking And there's another one that says, have you had enough family time lately? So the teaching of this card is that the heightened emotions of Moon Cancer combination cannot be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the Moon's 2 home signs, along with Taurus. So astrology speaking, the Moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that the card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry because all will soon be well. So I hope that's given a little bit of extra knowledge for some guidance that we can receive over the energy that we can expect to sort of receive over the next month or so. But thank you for allowing me to share that with you ladies. I love doing so, I really do.
Well, thank you so much. I needed to hear that. I mean, even down to like family, many of you know the reason why I wasn't able to host the last Wake Up Wednesdays is because my dad actually was rushed. I had to rush my dad to hospital, and my dad, he's my mum and dad all in one. Like, he's my best friend. He's not my biological father, but he's been there since I was 6 months old, and he's my sister's dad, and I will fight anyone who tells me that he's not. And I'm just so blessed and grateful to have him in my life. And for me to see him vulnerable last Wednesday, it really took a toll on me. And I held space for my dad and my sister. My sister's 18, bless her, and she was very emotional at the time. And I held strong that day. And then the next day, I broke down emotionally. And I'm a very emotional person. Like, I cry a lot. And I'm proud of myself that I cry a lot and I allow myself to feel these emotions, because it's not easy. It's not easy to feel emotions. And I think that's something that we should all be proud of as women. I feel like for so long that we've been tarnished with this cloth that, oh my God, women are so emotional, and the word crazy, like, yeah, I'll show you crazy if you call me crazy. But I just think it's just so beautiful that we get to express ourselves the way that we do. And yes, we are emotional beings. We are ruled by our emotions. Did you just see him jump? Oh my God, it's so cute. I can't deal with it.
He's so happy. He's like, Mum's distracted. I get the sofa to myself.
No. But yeah, it was a big thing for me. And I think where I tried to hold myself together, I've got a stress cold, and that is something that I've been worried about, because seeing my dad vulnerable, yeah, I was just like, he's my strength. He's the one that I go to when I'm feeling like I need someone to lean on. Obviously, I've got so many incredible women in PutUFirst who do that as well. But it was a big thing for me, and I've gone for a massive growth period with that over this past week. And I'm just grateful that I didn't have to hold it all together. Like, when we put this pressure on ourselves sometimes to be these strong people, it's like we don't have to do that. Like, we can be flexible and strong at the same time. And I think that's just something that's so beautiful about women, and that we can really step into now. And that vision was just coming to me of like strong like a tree, you know, like just being that, having them strong roots into this present moment, and knowing that you are safe and that you are guided and that you are here and now, but also knowing that you have the flexibility to be able to move and let go of attachments and surrender to the storms that we are going to weather throughout life. And I just think, oh, I love you all so much. I'm going to get emotional in a minute, because yeah, that was just that. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that today. So thank you, my goddess.
You are so welcome. I want to just follow on from what you were saying there as well, because honestly, when I say that this book is speaking to my soul, and I've read it before, and like now I've read it, it's a different book and I can't explain it. But it was about saying the fact that we build these houses to stop us from feeling these new experiences. But realistically, we're closing ourselves up, and we're closing off our energies. We're closing our heart spaces. We're not allowing new experiences to flow through us. So technically, we're not living in the present moment, because we're either worrying about the future, or we're worrying about situations that have happened in our past. And we don't allow ourselves to just take those new moments in and allow them to pass through us. And that's so important. And another thing that you say about feeling your emotions, that is really how we keep our heart space open. Because, you know, as women, we are, like you say, we're told that we're too over emotional, and I feel like sometimes we may suppress our emotions because out of fear of people sort of, you know, turning away from us or not wanting to give us that support that we feel that we need. But realistically, that's the only way that we can release in order to move forward. Like, when you have those feelings that come up inside us, we have two options. We can either repress that, or we can just release, relax, and just feel whatever it is that's coming up. Because otherwise, when you suppress, it's only going to resurface. And that's a hard lesson that I learned. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, it might be in 7 years' time, or it might be like Charlie said, when she turned 26. Like, it could hit you then. So I feel like this is really important, that as emotional beings, we just remember to stay open, to feel these feelings, and to just trust that this is the natural order of things. Like, we wouldn't have been given these emotions and these feelings if we weren't supposed to use them. And how would we recognize when things are amazing and things are happy and everything's going well if we didn't also have to experience when times were sad and times were dark? So it's all important. And I just wanted to finish with the fact that the new moon has a theme this month, and it really is about setting the intention that the fire within has been ignited and offers me strength that I need on my journey. And I feel like that's just such a powerful intention that we should all hold. And regardless of what we will be faced with this month, just trust. And we will be here to support you in any way you can. If you want to laugh, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to shout, we have created a safe space for you to come here and be yourself and share your authentic truth. And I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. So thank you, ladies, for being here.
Oh, ladies, we like to leave a little bit of time at the end of the Wake Up Wednesdays to open up the space to anyone that might have any feedback or any aha moments or anything that you would like to share. Please feel free to unmute yourself and share whatever feels cool to flow. And thank you for being here with us. Don't all come at once. I love saying that.
We've got a silent crowd. We're just grateful.
Oh,
we've got Chloe. We did it. Come on, girl. Share your heart.
Can I just really appreciate we're both wearing khaki as well, which is definitely heart chakra vibes.
Thank you. Excuse the state of me, and my battery's going, so to come into my room. No, I just needed it today. I think I struggled with having you guys every day with that challenge. That the last week or two where I was being quite emotional and not having like the daily challenge, I felt myself slipping, you know, and I felt myself not doing. I haven't changed my permission slip on my board for ages. I haven't been doing the little habits, and I just cannot wait for this challenge next week just to like kick me up the arse again. Kick me up the bum again, to hopefully, you know, like before when I'll be frustrated with myself that I'm not doing everything. And, you know, I've joined the 5 a.m, which I haven't done yet. I'm planning to start tomorrow, but it might not be until Tuesday, let's be honest. But yeah, I just needed this today to remind myself that I need to do the habits, and it's not going to all just come at once. And I learned so much the last challenge that I just literally bring on Sunday. I can't wait to see what else I uncover about myself. Bring it on, ladies.
You know what? I will say one thing as well. Sometimes we have to fall off to realise how important it is to stay on track. So definitely don't beat yourself up. Like,
I guess it's the kind of the same thing when Nat was saying you have to feel the good to feel the bad, don't you? Or you have to feel the bad to feel the good. So I guess me slipping away for these 2 weeks, be like, oh no, not again. So hopefully next week.
It gives
you need to celebrate as well, because you are a different woman to
I
what you were introduced to. And it's just, it's not even been that long though. Like, I can't actually believe it. And I'm so proud of you, because your determination, even if you don't feel like you've been on top of your game for the last couple of weeks, the work that you put in on that first week or the first couple of weeks really does shine through. And this is just the beginning of your journey, and just keep going. I can't wait for you to join us for another challenge,
I
because
know.
you've given me so much fire to just be like, yes, again.
Oh, girls, thank you.
Love you.
I love you so much. Yeah, just adding on from that, like it's powerful, and just remembering that yes, we can fall off. Like, we're all human, and when you fall off and then you think, oh, what have I done different? Why am I feeling like this? Then it gives you that confirmation to just say, okay, yes. It's like eating a pizza and expecting yourself to feel skinny the next day. Like, you're not going to feel like it. You're going to feel bloated at the end of the day. But don't beat yourself up for doing that. Love yourself more, and then just do better next time, because we all deserve a pizza now and again. Oh, ladies, does anyone else want to share?
No one's sharing today. Well, we are just so grateful, like we said, to have you here. And ladies, there is still time. If you are ready and you want to join the next Put You First challenge, then there's no time for excuses, like we touched on today. And we would absolutely love for you to just come and be a part of this community, this challenge, and to ultimately just discover more about yourself, because this is what it's all about. And I'm just grateful that I get to do it with all of you beautiful souls. Honestly, you're all amazing. I love you.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I've got a really, really good feeling about this challenge, and I'm pretty sure that I can feel that it's going to be quite a lively group. Like last time, it was quite quiet because, as we said, it was Pisces season. It was very emotional, and even myself included, like I went through a massive growth spurt, but I went very deep to come back out. But I feel like this time is going to be a lot more fun, and we make self-care fun. Yes, there's going to be tears, there's going to be a lot of laughter, and there's going to be a lot of bonds created. I mean, the women that you go on this experience with, the relationships and friendships and bonds that we create with each other, like, that's unbreakable. And I think that's just something that I'm so excited, is just to get to know everyone even more, and just find out more about myself even more, and just see how much I can get out of my own way and help others do the same. And that's my intention for this month. My intention for this next Put You First challenge is just to get out of my way even more, get out of my comfort zone even more, and just show other people that it is possible. And the only thing standing in our way is us. And we need to remember that. So if we can encourage you this week, regardless what you're doing, spend 15 minutes a day doing nothing time, and get out of your own way. Get out of the way of worrying about what you've got to do or what's happened, and just be here and now. Give yourself that love, and just breathe in peace and breathe out pain. But I want to send you all so much love, goddesses. And we've got a few minutes if you want to hold space. Nat, have you got anything that you wanted to share?
No, to be fair, I am just buzzing for this weekend. I really, really am. I was having a little look. It's funny that you said just then about the only person standing in your way is you, and that was because I was looking through the excuses webinar that we took, and it's that was one of the main slides that was on there, and it was saying that, and it resonates so loudly, because when you realize that, when you strip back everything to the bare basics, and you realize that actually you probably do have enough money, you do have enough time, you know, you're not too busy, like you do have the resources that you have. It's like, oh, okay, so it's sort of like you have to do the work. And it's the same thing that tied in with Charlie when you said about procrastination. It's about actually realizing that there is no excuse. There is no excuse. You've just got to do it. And if you really believe in it, then just go for it. And in the famous words of Heidi Allen, just say yes. Like, that is what this month's theme is all about, really. It's just moving forward headstrong. And you know what? Don't be scared of failing. Don't fear mistakes, because that is the way that we learn. That is the way that we grow. That is the way that we move forward. And I feel like for a very long period in my life, I struggled to be such a perfectionist because I didn't want to make mistakes, when realistically you have to make mistakes. And that is honestly the only way that we will build confidence, is by failing and standing back up and starting again. So just move forward with your head strong. I mean, is that a ram? I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but you get the gist. You get the gist. Am I an Easter bunny or am I a ram? I don't know. But it all coincides with the themes that's going on the next month, ladies. But no, that's about it, to be honest, Charlie. I feel like I've touched on everything I need to say. And just once again, I'm so grateful. I really am to have all of you.
Oh, do you know what I think is so beautiful as well? Like, we can't really tell you what's going to happen on the challenge because it's an experience. Like, it's an own individual journey that you will go on. You will go inside yourself and find out so much about yourself that you wasn't even consciously aware of, just by sharing this space and being around us and just integrating these small habits. It will help you really learn what triggers you, what drives you, and how you can get out of your way in simple, logical ways. And ultimately, it's only you that can heal you. We can hold space, we can be there for you. And I might give you information, but you accepting it and receiving it, that's your decision. And I think that's something that with Put You First, it's so important. It's like, we're not here to tell you that we can save you or make everything better, but we can share with you what has made our lives better and how we've healed ourselves, because ultimately you are your own healer, you are your own guru. Like, no one can change your life, only you can. But we can go on a beautiful experience with you and help you do that. And that's why we've created this Put You First challenge. So I'm just so excited. Like, I mean, it's going to be the 4th time that I've done it as well. And every single time I unlayer another layer and I find out so much more about myself, and I integrate so much more light and let go of darkness. And it's just, I truly never knew that life could be this way. I never knew I could be this person. And I'm just so grateful that I allowed myself and gave myself the space and permission to let go of these stories and these excuses and get out of my comfort zone, because I know that my life looks good now, but this is just the beginning, and Put You First has just started. Like, ladies, we're just a year in. Like, this is growing, this community is expanding, and I'm just so blessed to be on this experience with you all. We've got 11 women on this call today, and I can see us filling up stadiums in a year's time, because that's what our mentors' goal is. And as much as that scares me, it definitely excites me, because this has changed my life. And if I can help one person get out of their own way and change their life, then I'm putting me first. So put yourself first every single day. Join us here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. We love you. We want to hold space for you. And we want you to really believe in yourself, because you are the only one getting in your way. So get out of the hell zone.
Ditch the excuses.
Get out of it. Get out of it. And as I like to say, keep growing, keep going,
keep glowing, and keep glowing.
I love you, queens, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Love you. Thank you, ladies.
Bye. Thank you. Oh.